etch our names in the sundial's shadow. Your pulse, a rhythm where time moves slow through the cracks of borrowed tomorrows. We're the thread that silence borrows. Holding tight to forever, timeless and unswayed, a constellation stone where the clocks degrade. Let the seasons fracture, let the eons unwind. We're the knot that outlives the grind. You're the flaw in the hourglass sand, a rebel grain slipping through fate's clenched hand. They swore we'd fade with the dust they've sown, but we're the roots where the wild has grown. Holding tight to forever, timeless and unswayed, a constellation sown where the clocks degrade. Let the seasons fracture, let the eons unwind. We're the knot that outlives the grind. When the maps dissolve and the compass rusts, we'll carve our path in the dusk of trust, a psalm of patience too fierce to erase. This love's the scar no hour can replace. Holding tight to forever, no clock, no creed, a fossilized vow where the rush concedes. No hourglass grave for the dawn we've designed. This grips the rhyme, we're the undefined. We'll linger where the timelines blur, holding tight, holding tight. We wrote our vows in the throat of the storm. Your rage, your rhythm that defied the norm. In the static of a world half deaf with a feedback the void can't suppress. We scream, we love, volcanoes unsealed, a primal hymn where the fractured are healed. Let the cynics choke, let the circuits decay. We're the riot that burns through the gray. You're the spark in the power grid's lie, alive while you're thrashing where the numb comply. They swore we'd short in the vaults they've sold, but we're the blackout that rewrites the mold. We scream, we love, volcanoes unsealed, a primal hymn where the fractured are healed. collapse and the screens turn cold. We'll tattoo our truth in the neon's hold. A ballad of sparks, too fierce to erase. This love's the crash no code can replace. We scream, we love, no script, no chain. A static confession, the pure can't contain. No factory could stamp what we've dared to create. This noise is our fate. We're the weight. We'll crackle where the signal's thin. We scream, we love. We planted flags in the no man's land. Your voice, a ceasefire carved by hand. Through the shrapnel of their hollow wars, we're the trenches that mercy pours. Love that survives the battle, armor undone. A ceasefire's hymn where the victors are none. Let the cannons roar, let the borders divide. We're the scar that outlives the pride. You're the cipher in the general scheme. A traitor's kiss where the flags don't gleam. They swore we'd fall with the ranks they've led, but we're the deserts who choose instead. Love that survives the battle, armor undone. A ceasefire's hymn where the victors are none. Let the cannons roar, let the borders divide. We're the scar that outlives the pride. When the medals rust and the bugles fade, we'll stitch our peace in the grenade's arcade. A ballad of shrapnel, too raw to erase. This love's the wound no war could replace. When the medals rust and the bugles fade, we'll stitch our peace in the grenade's arcade. A ballad of shrapnel, too raw to erase. This love's the wound no war could replace. Stand where the smoke clears thin, surviving in a borrowed sky. Your touch, the friction that defied goodbye. Through the static of a world half alive, where the voltage, the void can't survive. Sparks fly when we collide, supernova's breath, a kinetic hymn that outruns death. Let the circuits fry, let the skeptics deride. We're the flash that burns through the light. You're the tremor in the fault lines creep, a fracture blazing where the numb can see. They swore we'd shorten the storm they spun, but we're the lightning that strikes as one. Sparks fly when we collide, supernova's breath, a kinetic hymn that outruns death. Let the circuits fry, let the skeptics deride. We're the flash that burns through the light. When the grids go dark and the screens turn cold, we'll write our names in the aurora's fold. A ballad of chaos, too wild to erase. Dislodge the arc no law could replace. When the grids go dark and the screens turn cold, we'll write our names in the aurora's fold. A ballad of chaos, too wild to erase. This love's the arc no law could replace. That crash the light no law could replace. We'll blaze where the static can't hide. Sparks fly, sparks fly. hear the sign